It's your boy NK24 here, presenting the 90-day wealth challenge. Right, remember, we're not going to create wealth in 90 days, but we're going to be putting out a plan. I'm going to be delivering the plan of how to achieve wealth in 90 days. So today we're on day 5 and we are still on the step 1 of creating income. So we spoke about the importance of income, spoke about the different types of income, then we also spoke about the differences between earned income and passive income, why you want income, why you want passive income, and I spoke that earned income is the first step. So today, since it's day 5, we're talking about how to go from unemployed to getting a job, because earned income is the first step when it comes to creating income. And when I mean job here as well, it could also mean that you actually probably start to look at a problem and you service that problem by creating, let's say, a little sort of business where you sell something and you get that. All right, but first there are steps that you need to go through, because just because you want to get a job doesn't mean you're going to get a job. There are specific steps, and these steps I applied for myself when I literally was at home for 10 months unemployed, and I was very depressed and I didn't really know what I was going to do next because I was sitting at home. I lost faith in terms of my future. Everything collapsed, and I'd never been dependent on my parents, but I found myself dependent on my parents, and I went through a depression phase for a good 7 months. And when 7 months had passed, then I literally had to you know get ready, because the year was ending, which was 2020. Around about October, I started to really sort of wake up now, like, hey, the year's ending. What are you going to do next year? There's literally nothing you can do, but you need to create income, because I knew first step, and I knew there was a process I needed. It wasn't just like I'm going to decide to go get a job and then poof, it's going to happen. No, there is a process. And so, what I did first, and this is really important, by the way, for you to know, the first step is to decide and commit to get a job. All right. That one there is the fun foundation of everything. If you do not decide or you do not commit, you are going to really probably go out there and look for a job, and then what's going to happen is that you're going to get punched in the face. Punched in the face. And what you're going to do, you're going to be crying, be like, oh, it's so hard to get a job. And I think that is what's happening with many people. They are not committing, they're just going in blindfolded, and then boom, they get punched in the face and they get rejected. And I think that's why we have so much unemployment in South Africa. People aren't committed enough to really go out there and do whatever it takes. And that's what it means. It means when you decide and you commit, you're going to do whatever it takes to get the job. So this is a decision. This everyone can do. Everyone can do this, all right? So once you've decided and you're committed to get a job, then you go to step number 2. Step number 2, you take stock of yourself. So you might not be able to see it with the light, but you take stock of yourself. What do I mean by take stock of myself, of yourself? When I looked at myself, I accepted that, okay, I'm unemployed and I need a job. I'm committed to do it, but I need to see myself for who I am and what I've got. So I had to look at myself, do introspection, take stock of yourself. Had to look at my education, right? Okay, so I had to look at my matric, university, all of that, those educational ones. So the first one is educational. Establish that. What is your highest qualification that you've got? All right. Second one is experience, in terms of work experience. What work experience do you have? Do you have any? Don't you have any? Note that. Make sure that you look that. Then you look at the skills which are valuable in the marketplace. All right. So if you're a good soccer player and you want to be an accountant, it's not going to work for you. All right. So skills which are valuable in the marketplace, and that's usually things which are actually going to help you in the job, in the marketplace. And then the last one is interest. What are you really interested in? Because it's really important maybe at this point it might not be as important, but I think when you write down the list, you start to become aware of who you are. That's what I did, you know. I looked at myself, I'm like, educational, whatever I got. Okay, got a metric, okay, I got accounting, and I got thing for financial planning. All right, what experience do I have? I had to look at, okay, what have I done before? Okay, I've been in network marketing. I've worked for an e-commerce company. I've worked for what else? A construction company. I've worked for a transport company, different positions and everything. Then you look at skills. All right, I'm a good communicator. I can do public speaking. I'm very good with numbers, and I can work with Excel. I'm very computer literate. Basically, I had took stock of all of that, and then I had to look at my interests. My interests mainly were really I love business and I love teaching and coaching. All right. So with all of that, that helped me to actually look at step number three, because sometimes if you want that job up there you might not get it first. So this aggregation here helps you to narrow and look at what type of job is ideal for you. So I had a criteria of a job. I wanted a job that was going to be very flexible, did not take up much of my time, and it was had a combination of skills and interest. I was really good with people and I loved talking with people. So I did set on, I had made a list of all jobs that I qualified for. All right. Okay. Make a, like, be brutally honest, you know, brutally honest. And yeah, and I set on pick a job, you know, as much as I've got accounting, I don't have experience in that field. I don't have experience in that field. Plus, I hate it. I hate it. I don't like it. So I wasn't going to go down that road. But what I did is that I had an interest in people and I had skills already with coaching because I'd been in coaching for about 5 years. All right. So I set on a job that was more online, very flexible, and was not going to be shaken by coronavirus. So I set on online teaching. And that's what I picked that. Okay, I'm going online teaching. All right. I didn't have, when I apply for everything, I'm like, that is the one. Focus on that. All right. And then what I had to look at now I had to look at my skills, my education, my experience, and everything, measure it up with basically the job requirements. And what they needed is a person who's got a degree. All right. They needed a person who could speak English fluently. Tick. But then they needed someone who's got a teaching certificate. Didn't have that. So what do? Step number four, upskill myself. All right. And then I signed up for 120 hour, takes 120 hour TEFL certificate. Takes about 3 months. I did it in 1 month because I was literally just crazy on it. Passed it. When I passed it, then now this is where it gets hard. Now you start applying, number five, and that's what I did. I just researched all companies, made a list, and I started applying. And every single day, this was the hard part. This is where the commitment came in. Every single day, I would get, we regret to inform that you don't get this. We regret to inform. It was so depressing. But what I did was I did this in number six. All right, started applying, then I applied number six. I was consistent, and I kept on growing until I got a job. So how did I do that? Every time I would ask, what did I do wrong? Okay, they would tell me, all right, you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have that. And then finally I would fix that. And then I would get through the first phase, and then I'd get to the sort of video phase where a video interview, sort of you send a 30-second video of yourself. And I would do that, you know, and then I would get rejected, and find out, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And then eventually a month and a half later got an opportunity, and I literally just grabbed it with both hands, and I was even willing to relocate to Johannesburg and got an interview here. I got here on a Friday. My interview was on a Monday, and I got here. The interview was about an hour, over an hour, and I told them I'm willing to relocate. I'm willing to do everything it takes, you know. Then they told me that they'll let me know the next day, and they told me the next day that I got the job, and I started the following day, and I've been working that. And that's the process that you probably should follow. Remember, for me, this in total took me a total of about 4 months. This is a 4 month period for me. For some people, it might take 6 months, it might be shorter, you know. So all I'm saying is that you just understand there's a process. You need to try and match yourself to the job description. Your commitment is what's going to get you through, and you need to slowly apply every single day. Consistently apply, be consistent in applying. I didn't apply in 100 companies one. I had a list, and I decided I'm going to apply to maybe three to five a day, and that's what I did. It made it more manageable for me to actually go out there and actually just do it, to create that momentum. Had I got the interview without going through this process, I was never going to get that job. The reason why I got the job, I had zero experience, by the way, in teaching. Some of my friends who've got years of experience can't get into the international company that I'm in. I got in. Why? Because I had gone through this process. I knew what to say in the interview. I had a little bit of confidence in me. I sort of knew that I could do this because I'd been rejected so many times, and I kept on fixing myself. And that's really important, to be resilient. Every time you get beat down, you get back up, you dust yourself, you look at what you did wrong, you fix that. That's one less problem to worry about. And that's what I encourage you to do. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about, if you already have a job, how do you actually get a promotion? Or if you have a business, how do you really sort of, or if you want to start a business. So it's basically, if you want a promotion, if you want to go from another job to another job, we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. All right. Well, I hope you found this information useful. If you love this content here, please, if you have any questions, please subscribe or put comments below on what you want me to cover if something wasn't clear. All right, NK24, yeah, out. All the best. Let's go get jobs and create income, guys. Awesome. Wish you all the best.